Today, we're diving into an idea that feels like it's pulled straight from a sci-fi novel, but it's actually getting closer and closer to our reality. It's called the post-scarcity paradox.
So, just for a second, picture this. A future of almost total abundance. We're talking AI that can design and code pretty much anything you can think of, replicators that can whip up a five-star meal in seconds, and armies of robots building our cities. A world where making most things costs next to nothing. Now, in a world like that, where it seems like you can create whatever you want whenever you want, here's a big question. Would you even need a wallet anymore? Kind of sounds like you wouldn't, right? Well, the answer is a little more complicated and honestly, pretty surprising.
Okay, so to really get why you'd still need that wallet, we first have to break down what we actually mean by a post-scarcity economy. What does it really look like?
Let's be really clear here. This is not some magical utopia where everything is just free for the taking. No, a realistic post-scarcity future is an economic state where most reproducible goods, things we can make copies of, can be produced in unbelievable quantities with very, very little human work. It's all about radical abundance, not a magical free-for-all.
And get this future isn't just some daydream. There are real technologies right now pushing us in this direction. You've got artificial intelligence automating incredibly complex tasks, advanced robotics taking over manufacturing, 3D printing making local microfactories a real thing, and we're even looking up at the stars planning for space mining to get almost unlimited resources. But, and this is the huge but, here's the twist. This is the absolute heart of the paradox. Even in a world that's literally overflowing with stuff, some really fundamental things will always be limited. They will always be scarce. Think about it like this. An AI could compose 1 million beautiful, unique songs in a day, but it can never, ever create another original Van Gogh painting. That's one of one. We could 3D print an endless supply of machine parts, but we can't 3D print more of that perfect, one-of-a-kind beachfront property. And maybe the most important one of all. We have a limitless ocean of digital information, but our own personal time and attention, that's always running out.
It really just boils down to this simple idea. Physical space, totally unique experiences, and original one-of-a-kind items, they're always going to have value. Scarcity is baked right into their DNA, and no amount of tech can ever really change that.
Okay, so if these absolutely critical things are always going to be scarce, that forces us to ask a really fundamental question. How do we decide who gets them? Who gets that house with that one-of-a-kind view? Well, the answer is a piece of social technology we've been using for thousands of years: property. At its very core, a property right is just the answer to that question. Who gets to control this scarce thing? It's our go-to system for managing scarcity without everything descending into chaos.
And listen, this isn't just about a piece of land or a house. The idea of property applies to anything that can't be in two places at the same time. You know that original painting we talked about? A specific parking spot for a satellite in orbit? The rights to that amazing view? If people want it and you can't just copy-paste it, it's property.
All right, so we've established we need property to manage all the stuff that's still scarce. That leads us right to the next logical question. How do we exchange that property, peacefully and without a huge hassle?
And that, my friends, is where money comes in. Money is simply the tool we invented to peacefully trade control over scarce property. It's like a universal language for value that lets us swap that beachfront plot for, say, the rights to an original digital work of art, all without having to fight about it.
Now here's a really crucial point. Even if a robot does a job for you, that robot's time is still a scarce resource. Think about it. If that robot is building your house, that means it can't be building someone else's house at the same time. That's what economists call an opportunity cost. And to decide how that robot's time gets used, you still need a way to trade for it. You still need money.
But hang on, let's think about this for a second. The money we use today, often controlled by governments, run through slow banking systems, is it really the right tool for this crazy, high-speed, automated future? A future where humans, AIs, and autonomous robots all need to pay each other instantly? Maybe not.
You see, this new kind of economy has some very specific demands for its money. It's got to be able to handle billions of tiny little micropayments between machines, happening every second. It needs to be censorship resistant, meaning no single company or government can just shut it down, so you can have a truly open, peer-to-peer economy. And it has to be secure on a global, even interplanetary scale. able to lock down your ownership of property, whether that's a digital file on your computer or the deed to a mining claim on an asteroid.
And it's exactly this set of challenges that new forms of digital currency, like Bitcoin Cash, were specifically designed to solve.
So let's break down why a system like this is seen as a potential fit. First, it's built from the ground up to handle massive volumes of tiny, super cheap transactions, perfect for that machine-to-machine economy. Its technology can also be used to create rock-solid digital proofs of ownership, basically like an unforgeable deed to your asteroid mine. It's designed to be a universal, permissionless currency for anyone or anything to use. And because it has a fixed, predictable supply, it avoids the risk of the kind of hyperinflation that can sometimes plague government-controlled money.
So as we're standing here, right on the edge of this incredible future, the real question isn't if we'll need money. We will. The question is what kind of money we'll choose. As technology gives us this amazing world of abundance, the financial tools we build and adopt will be massively important. Our choice will help shape whether that future of abundance ultimately leads to more individual freedom or to more centralized control.